Yo, what's good? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Dehancer plugin that I got. So Dehancer is a film light color grading plugin, and today I'm going to be using it on some DaVinci videos and stuff. Let's do it. So what I've got here, this is my timeline settings. We got DaVinci Wide Gamma Intermediate. Keep that in mind. We got Rec 709 Gamma 2.2. That's just the workflow that I use. So I got two clips here. I'm just going to run through the first clip of the workflow that I used with Dehancer, and then I'm going to play you a bunch of clips at the end where I tested a range of features, I guess, of Dehancer and a variety of looks that you can get using this plugin. So let's do it. So what I've done here is I've dragged and dropped. You can see here if I search Dehancer, I dragged and dropped the film emulation plugin onto a node and just named it there. So let's just get that up. So with Dehancer, there is a editing pipeline, I guess is what you can call it. Just a step-by-step process of what you should be editing what first. This will just help you look at the overall colors and contrast, etc. of just everything, I guess. Pretty much you got input, film profile, vignette, print, film developer, grain, expand, film compression, halation, bloom, color head, film damage, film breathe, gate weave, overscan. With that being said, you don't have to use all. I certainly don't use all myself, but it is all dependent on what look you're actually going for. For this particular clip, I wasn't looking at much. So let's get started. If I go input, being the first one, you can see here, I'll put it into the same as my timeline settings. Flashback, you remember that? Yes. So yeah, you can see here there's a range of options depending on what your footage is. So next step is the film profile. I'm just going to enable it here. I've already pre-edited all this footage, but you can see here, this is the one I went with, but there's a lot of options. Y'all can scroll forever. But anyways, there's a whole heap of looks that you can get depending on which one you're actually after, but I went with the Kodak Vision 350D. I just kind of like the look, and you can push and pull it, which you can see will change colors a little bit. Moving on in the pipeline, you normally go to vignette, but I thought this clip here, I didn't really think I wanted any. All right, so moving on from the vignette, you'd go to print. So let's enable this, and that's where the magic really starts to happen. You can see here there's still a range of options, so depending on which one you want, you'll get a different look. So if I clicked any of these, for example, you can see here completely different. And I thought the Kodak 2383 print to film looked the best for my my video, so that's what I went with. Moving on from print, you'd go to film developer. So scrolling back up, let's enable this. Now, a lot of the times in my workflow, I'm working pretty subtly. So you can see here, I only adjusted the contrast boost and color boost, where you can see it just sort of what it does there. And this one obviously being contrast. Let's just enable that. Next up, grain. This is really filmy. This is where it gets interesting. So right here you can sort of see, if I zoom in, the actual film grain itself. I can change the amount to have a lot more or a lot less, and right here once again, huge amount of sort of size and what specific grain you're actually after. So I'm going with something decently strong and noticeable, which you can see if I zoom all the way in. you can see there. Obviously you can pick whatever one you want for your specific video and what you're actually going for. So for this I went with 35mm with an ISO of 250. Moving ahead in the workflow, from grain you'd go to expand, scrolling back up. Yeah, that's all I did. I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't really touch this. I just upped the black point a little bit. But anyways, moving on. You'd go to film compression, which I didn't touch, but I can show you here. If you enabled it, you can see really that can be a huge difference. I think people would probably most likely use this if you had lots of clouds and want to adjust those. That'd be pretty good there. I didn't touch it, but I did touch halation and bloom. So we'll enable both of these at the same time. Now the biggest difference you'll see here, everyone loves this, is the halation. You can see the red colors. This clip isn't that great at showing it, but you can see this, oh, maybe this here. The sort of like red colors appearing there. That is going to get your film look in combination with your film grain. So film grain, halation, bloom, all things, major things that you'll sort of see in film itself. And it's so easy to use this. This is like what, a few clicks and I've already got that whole look going on. So moving ahead, I went to color head. So I enable that. I really didn't do much in this either, just with the clip that I shot. But you can sort of adjust all the little bits and pieces in here. Super simple, super easy to use. What I did here is I just brought the shadows down a little bit to try sort of mimic a little bit of a split toning effect. So having cooler shadows and then warmer sort of highlights. As you that gets a real nice film look to it. And that's pretty much all I did for this entire little thing right here. You can see that it's super simple to use. There's all these drop down menus here. Huge amounts to play with. The ones that I didn't see, you'll notice I missed a few on the pipeline after color head. So there was film damage, film breathe, gate weave, and overscan. Film damage is the little like specks that you'll see of damaged film, hence the name, film damage. But anyways, yeah, you can activate that. I just didn't think I'd want it for this sort of clip in particular. You can definitely use it. I mean, overscan, really interesting. You can see here, if I enable it, you'll get this sort of cool little effect, which is essentially mimicking the film itself. So I'm gonna get rid of that one there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I did, and you can see just how easy it is. Like, I would definitely recommend this to anyone, and everyone, anyone and everyone, bro. Super simple. Like, all you do is drag and drop it onto there, and you have everything you'd need. So definitely useful for people that aren't too comfortable with getting into all your sort of bits and bobs with the nodes. So this is a real big game changer for a lot of people. The only, I suppose, dislike I'd have to it is having to jump around heaps. I followed a tutorial, but maybe there's another way. But yeah, that's just sort of the recommended way to jump around. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have. I'll show you a whole range of clips of a range of video clips where I use the Dehancer plugin on to sort of get a film-like, just film-like colors, and then you can see the difference. So, yo, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next video when I delve deeper into a specific video on how I colored it. But yo.